Hi guys, welcome to Empath101. Empath101 is a simple series of words that you will hear in our spiritual community. It gives you the basic, however not limited to, definition of the words in our community. If you're coming across this video, you're wondering what a dark night of the soul is. You might be going through it, somebody around you might be going through it, however, you want to know what it is, so let's dig into it. The dark night of the soul is a concept primarily used in spiritual context, describing a period of intense spiritual struggle and purification. It's a time of profound doubt, confusion, and a perceived absence of God or spiritual meaning, leading to a stripping away of the ego and a transformation of the soul. This period, while painful, is ultimately seen as a necessary step towards deeper spiritual growth and union with the divine. Very, 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 very excruciating, okay? Here are more details of the explanation. Core idea. The dark night of the soul is a spiritual crisis characterized by a sense of profound darkness, isolation, and the loss of previously held beliefs or spiritual anchors. It is not a literal night, but a metaphor for a deeply challenging, transformative period in a person's spiritual journey. The experience is often described as a stripping away of the ego, a false sense of self, to reveal the true self or soul. Like stripping of everything, literally everything, every part of you and everything that you believed, everything that you have built your life around, gone. It's tough. The characteristics: doubt and uncertainty. Individuals may question their faith, spiritual practices, and even the existence of God or a higher power. Sense of absence. God or the divine presence may be perceived as withdrawn or absent, leaving the person feeling desolated and alone. Loss of meaning. Previously cherished spiritual beliefs and practices may lose their significance, leading to a sense of meaningfulness. Emotional turmoil. Feelings of sadness, despair, powerlessness, and isolation are common. Ego death. The dark night can be understood as a process of ego death, where the individual's self-identity is challenged and transformed. Spiritual significance. Purification. The dark night is seen as a purification process, stripping away illusions and attachments to the ego, preparing the soul for deeper union with the divine. Awakening. It can be a catalyst for spiritual awakening, leading to a more profound understanding of oneself and one's place in the universe. Okay, understanding of oneself and one's place in the universe. Okay, transformation. The experience can lead to a shift in consciousness, moving beyond the limitations of the ego and embracing a more authentic and connected way of being. In essence, the dark night of the soul is a profound spiritual journey that involves confronting one's deepest fears and illusions, leading to a deeper sense of self and more profound connection to divine. It is a tough thing to go through, and a lot of people don't answer the call because everybody has to go through the dark night of the soul. Some more severe and catastrophic than others. However, the process of it, the emotions of it, the confusion, the disconnect, even if you believed in God, that dark night of the soul will have you questioning your beliefs in God. The dark night of the soul will have you questioning your mental state. The dark night of the soul will have you in a position where nobody can understand in that moment but you. It has you facing you. It has you facing your insecurities. It has you facing everything that around you that made your life feel whole. You know, it has you letting go of and seeing things from a perspective that sometimes you close your eyes to not see it. So whoever you are that's going through it, and when you go through it, I'm praying for you. And hold on tight, because it can be something that rock your whole world, and not everybody makes it through it. It is something that will have you questioning whether you even want to be here, you know? And not speaking that into existence to nobody, but it's the raw truth of it, and not everybody wants to go through it. That's why many are called, and few answer that call, because that dark night of the soul. And I can't be honest with you, I had no clue what any of this was. So though I knew all these things about spirits and about good and bad, evil, demons, you know, angels, being transparent, I always was somebody that's like, curiosity might kill the cat, or curiosity might save the cat. But I was always curious. So when at younger ages, like, I had my hands in trying things, to learn things, and definitely got confirmations that demons are real, evil spirits are real. If you call their ass, they will come. they will get your ass too. If you don't know when to back off, say, oh, okay, I see. Oh, no. You know, so I was already believed in stuff like that. But the process, I still was very green to a lot of the terminology and the process of things. So, which is how I came up with the idea of Empath101 and why I'm so passionate about it, and why I make sure that a lot of the words that I hear that I really did not know what they were saying, what you're being offered, or the process of it in general, were, I wanted to help other people in those areas. The things that I know is universal for us that are being chosen, that are being called, that have spiritual gifts, and us going through awakening, that we could know the general meaning of the things that we all are going to go through and face. Not only the meaning, the procedure or the process of it. Like, you know that, okay, once you answer your call, you're going to have to go through a dark night of the soul. Okay, a dark night of the soul will make you feel like God is not taking you, like he is ignoring you, like you lose everything. You lose the person that you thought that you were meant to spend your life with. You lose your sense of reality. You lose your sense of what the world is and what it means to be in the world or just of the world. You lose your sense of clinging on to money, material things, and clinging on to people. You learn who people are behind their masks. You learn of the things that they've done or did. You learn what you are allowing to feed off your energy. You're learning what you have lost, what you have gained. You learn so much that you could only, I'm not even gonna say, you couldn't even imagine what you learned, and you couldn't even imagine the sorrow and the heaviness and the how deep the sorrow and the pain goes. And sometimes it's not only for you, it's for your lineage, it's for your bloodline, it's for your great grandma, your great great grandma, your mom, your dad, and you learn all these malicious things, and it literally have you in so much. You go through every emotion, and then on top of that, you have to learn how to forgive, release, and let go. So I really think that me being able to put together a lot of words and my perspective of it and like the general definition of it in one area that people can navigate, chef kiss, you know, for whoever that wants it, you know, because I know you can look a lot of stuff up, but it's so much easier to have it in one spot. And before you're making these decisions and you're saying yes to your ancestors and yes to God and yes, I'm gonna take this on, you know what you're taking on. Even if you are doing it for the darker side, because God made the light in the dark, and for you to understand the balance of the light and the dark and respect the two. I respect the dark and dark energies and people in the dark as long as they ain't trying to bombard me and what I got going on, you know, because they are what create the test of your awakening. They are the test in your life. So there's a purpose for them, yes, but you have to be sure on what side you're standing on. You can't go back and forth, you know. So this is just my baby so that I can be an asset to other people that's going through their journey, and also be able to give you something back out of my experience. Because some things are like things that everybody will not experience in the world around us. You know, some things are things that cannot be explained outside of the people that are gifted and chosen and that are taking these paths, because it's not for everybody. Everybody's not going to understand it. You can explain it to them till your hair fall out, but they won't truly understand what it feels like and what it takes to get through it until you are in it. And it is so dark. Like, it's dark. It's dark, but if you keep walking forward, you will get through it. And you realize that all that darkness that is being dumped on top of you is your own darkness to sort through. It's your own inner fears. It's your own inner conscious way of thinking, and you having to face those. It's the things that you've done and why you're going through this and why you're going through that, and also your bloodline. It's so much, you know. It's so tender too. So like I said, not everybody knows how it feels, and not everybody will experience it. And if you are somebody that's experienced it, it's a blessing. You feel like it's a blessing and a curse. However, just understand you're lifting off the curses off of you and your bloodline, which is the blessing that you are already aware of, that learning about stuff like that before you get there, and you are able to try to get yourself prepared for it as much as possible. But understand you're all having to take that mask off and face the demons of your own self, your own, which you're embodied all this time before your awakening. Also, some stuff that was already written in and on you due to your bloodline and your lineage, and you learn about that too. Because let's be honest, we have people that will lure you into contracts, and it will be demonic contracts or the darker side of things contracts, because you are uninformed of what they're saying or what they're asking you, and it sounds good. You literally get pulled into situations that you are not even knowing that you're being pulled into, being put into contracts or soul ties, blood ties with energies and with agreements that you don't even really know what you're agreeing to. I believe in people making their choice of what they want to do and how they utilize their magic. However, knowingly, you knowing that this is what you're agreeing to do. You're knowing that you are exchanging this for that, because the words mean one thing surface based, but when you dig into it, it means something completely different. When I knew I was being called and that I was chosen, I automatically felt such an honor and so great to know that I wasn't losing my mind, because that was my first thought, like, oh my God, I'm going crazy. Like this heartbreak, this turmoil, this pain I'm feeling has me going crazy. But when I found and got the confirmation I needed from God in my spirits that this is actually real, you're finally waking up, welcome, we've been waiting, type of thing. And I said yes to my calling, and that storm came. Oh my God, I was so confused. I was like, I just said yes. I just answered the call. What's going on? Everything's falling apart. Everything, like, what? Not only was my heart ripped out, it was everything that I believed in around me was being ripped out from right under my nose. I knew about spirituality. I always believed in God's spirits. I always knew, that there was a presence of something outside of us. I knew with the devil. I've seen all of it, but that freaking the stages of going through your spiritual awakening so your gifts can be awakened I was not prepared, but it got me prepared. So I think that sums it up very, very, very greatly. So let's continue to learn together so we can all continue to grow together. And as I always say, remember to pray. Bye guys, don't let it discourage you. Just open your eyes up and be realistic with yourself about the things you endure and accept the reasons why.